Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays collection. This week I got some new and old videos to show you. This week I'm going to actually spotlight some spaghetti westerns that I have. I'm not going to show you the Sergio Leone trilogy. I'll go into those again in the future in more detail. But today I want to show mostly some other spaghetti westerns that may or may not have been on your radar over the years, because a couple of them weren't on mine for sure. So, but first I want to give a shout out to a few YouTubers and a few podcasts that I listen to. First one I want to give a big shout out to which has been a really good, helpful friend along the way. He's got a really great show. He's got a lot of different stuff. He's got a Facebook page. He's got an Instagram page. He does a lot of stuff. Talking about Physical Media Man. And he's got a really cool show. You should check it out. You should subscribe. Check it out today. Subscribe to his channel. It's really good. He basically goes to a lot of the local shops in his area and he finds stuff, the Dollar Generals, Goodwills and stuff, and he also buys new stuff and everything, and he has special programming like Christmas and stuff like that. So I think you should check his channel out, Physical Media Man, and he's super cool. The other ones I want to check, spotlight is Just the Discs. And it's hosted by a guy named Brian Sauer. And he also has a podcast of the same name that I listen to on Spotify. And he has a bunch of episodes to listen to. So I'm still digging through his episodes and listening and stuff. So Just the Discs with Brian Sauer. It's on Spotify. And he has a YouTube channel, Just the Discs. And me and him are like possibly reading, like sharing the same brain sometimes, because he has, like, he'll have an episode and he'll show some new stuff that is exactly on my radar. That's movies that are in my hand this week, you know, like movies that have come out and stuff. So what I'm saying is me and him have a lot in common with the stuff that we like and buy and watch. So I think you should check it out. It's really good. Subscribe to his channel. Check out the podcast and follow it on Spotify. Just the Discs with Brian Sauer. Now, Brian's also part of another podcast I listen to on Spotify, because so far this is all I've been able to find it in my small searches. But the other show he's on, it's called Pure Cinema, Pure Cinema Podcast, and it basically came out of some showings, film when people could go to the movies. I'm getting tongue-tied here. They used to go to the New Beverly Cinema in LA. That's Quentin Tarantino's movie theater he runs, and they have film festivals all the time, and they have pairings, and they show this movie paired with this, and a lot of cool stuff. I wish it was in my town. But Brian and the other guy, I can't think of his name right off, but they do a podcast there, and it's out of the New Beverly Theater, and it's really cool. And they talk in detail about certain movies, and also movies that kind of go with those movies. So they'll talk about genres one week, or a director's work, kind of like me, but much better. So tip the hat to Just the Discs and the Pure Cinema Podcast. It's on Spotify. Catch it if you can. Subscribe or follow them on Spotify. It's a really good podcast. One more podcast I want to mention real briefly, because it's been a really good podcast I listen to a lot, is The Wrong Reel with what's his name? James Hancock. That's it. The Wrong Reel with James Hancock. Now, he is someone who he has a vast knowledge of movies and cinema, and all kinds of stuff. He's humorous, he's a writer, he's an animator. He's got all kinds of stuff going on. Man of all hats. And his show is very, very entertaining. He's also on YouTube. I'm trying to think what his YouTube show is. I'll put it down here. But The Wrong Reel, it's been around for a while. So check those out. The Wrong Reel, Pure Cinema Podcast, Just the Discs, and Physical Media Man. Those are some stuff I watch. So, okay, that's out of the way. Let's talk about spaghetti westerns today. Now today, I got a handful of them. I didn't want to get a big pile of stuff, so I got a little handful of movies to watch, to talk about. These are some movies I've watched recently. I've pulled these out and I've watched them and stuff. And one movie, I actually watched this on Netflix a couple of times, and I really enjoyed it. And there was a cool Kino Blu-ray, Kino Classic Blu-ray available of it, so I went ahead and bought it. The movie I'm talking about is Death Rides a Horse. This is a spaghetti western starring Lee Van Cleef and what's his name? John Philip Law. This movie came out in 1967. It was directed by Giulio Petroni. What's really cool is it's got a great soundtrack by Ennio Morricone, who did all the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly movies. So many movies. He's done great soundtrack. Love Ennio Morricone's scores. And this is a great movie of revenge. John Philip Law is basically getting revenge for the people that murdered his family. He thought Lee Van Cleef was one of the murderers, and he gets hooked up with them, and they end up having a journey together, and they're doing the same revenge thing. So it's a great revenge spaghetti western style. Highly recommend that. Death Rides a Horse. Next up is a movie from 1970. It was released by Paramount Pictures back in 1970. And because of the spaghetti westerns, were really popular in America at that time. They were like the cool thing to do, the cool things to see. So Italy was putting out all kinds of spaghetti westerns, and so America wanted to get involved on this and stuff. So I think some Italian producers got together with Paramount, and they got some American stars to come over to Italy to make a movie. And what they came up with was Ace High. Now this stars Eli Wallach. It's got Kevin McCarthy, Bud Spencer, Brock Peters, Terrence Hill, and it's a movie by Giuseppe Colazzari, and it was kind of a hit. I've only seen it once, so I'm still kind of on the fence about how great it is. I thought it was a good, solid western, but maybe I got more viewings of this in the future, so I'll check this out a few more times. But if you come across this, get it, because this is long out of print, this edition. This is one of the Paramount widescreen editions. You would see these all over the place back in the early 2000s. Paramount had their banner across these, so you would see these in all sorts of colors. So you can probably get this for maybe $4 or $5 on eBay. So if you're collecting some spaghetti westerns, get it. Come across it, also get it. Next up is a trilogy that I got on one of my recent Dollar General store finds episodes. And I couldn't believe this when I found this trilogy. It had been in my Amazon cart for a very long time, and they wanted like $25, $24. And I just couldn't pull the trigger on it. I just kept it in my cart. But one day I was in Dollar General store, and I saw it for $3.95, brand new, wrapped up. So I had to get it. It's the Sabreta Trilogy. And I hope this isn't reflecting. It's kind of a silvery, reflective case. And they are DVD, but for that price and all three movies together, I had to jump on it. So The Sabreta Trilogy stars Lee Van Cleef, and for one episode they had Yul Brynner star in it. So they basically came out with Sabreta, and that was with Lee Van Cleef and William Berger. Now this series was mostly directed by Frank Kramer, which I don't know if that's just a fake name for an Italian director. A lot of them did that because they had like names that just weren't catchy at all. So they would come up with a completely Americanized name. So Frank Kramer I'm not sure who that is. But the cast, it's got Pedro Sanchez, Nick Jordan, Linda Veras in it, and pretty interesting. I mean, it's pretty much a classic in the spaghetti genre, Sabreta. The next one, Adios Sabreta, would see the role of Lee Van Cleef replaced by Yul Brynner for just this one picture. Lee Van Cleef was busy doing another movie at the time, so they got Yul Brynner to do it, which he was in a lot of the Magnificent Seven movie and sequels, and Westworld. Great actor, definite cowboy. You know, he fit in perfectly with it. So Adios Sabreta, this was 1970, again directed by Frank Kramer, and you got Pedro Sanchez returns, and got somebody, Susan Scott, in it. And then the trilogy would round out with Lee Van Cleef returning with Return of Sabreta. And let's see, this 71 is when this came out. And again, Frank Kramer produced it or directed it. It's got Pedro Sanchez coming back, Gianni Rizzo still in, Jacqueline and Alexandria, and yeah. But yeah, another great movie. If you love the first Sabreta, you'll love the sequels. They all have something, you know, cool in it. And Lee Van Cleef is just such a presence on screen. I mean, he just fits in iconically in the old West, the old spaghetti Western Spanish background, you know, that's supposed to be Texas or California or something in the 1800s, but it's actually Spain and everything. But he fits in really good in the Sabreta trilogy. And Yul Brynner is really good too. So this one, if you can find this, pick it up. I think I just got lucky that day. Maybe they tagged it. I don't know, but I got it, and I'm very glad I did. I saved a lot of money by picking it up that way. And finally, guys, kind of a disappointment, but also kind of a discovery at the same time. I was on Amazon one day, and I saw a dual movie set on one disc for like $4, free shipping, prime shipping. So I was like, I'll take a chance and buy it. So it was two movies, Fort Yuma Gold, and the next movie, Damned Hot Day of Fire, which is actually the title, and it's something you have to say kind of slow because you get tongue-tied. So it's a dual movie, double feature. Fort Yuma Gold stars Montgomery Wood, and Damned Hot Day of Fire has Robert Woods and John Ireland in it. And I have to say, when I first put it in, I was just kind of they were okay. Fort Yuma Gold was pretty good. They were both just pretty good, but I just watched them once. I had just seen these both once. Definitely going to try to play them again because they're highly rated by a lot of other people. Quentin Tarantino says he's a big fan of these movies. Fort Yuma Gold has Ennio Morricone doing the score. Piero Piscani, I can't say his name, I'm sorry, did the score for Damned Hot Day of Fire. He would go on and do the score for The Big Lebowski in the 90s. He would do that score. amongst other things. So, but yeah, they're very interesting movies. I need to do some more research on who this Montgomery Wood character is and Robert Woods. I don't know if are they the same person, just variation of names. I don't know. I'm gonna do some more research into these movies and stuff, and definitely a great deal. $4, you can't beat that. And it's from Mill Creek Entertainment, and they put out some really good stuff here lately, and it's very high quality. And it also had a digital download in it, which was pretty cool. So if anything, later on, you know, if I sell it, you know, I can always sell it on eBay. I can always, you know, do stuff with it. So if I just don't like it, but I will give it another try and watch it again and stuff. So I really, you know, have some recommendations here today, guys. One being this Sabreta Trilogy. If you can get this, go ahead and jump on it. If you're a big fan of Lee Van Cleef. There's also some single discs editions of Sabreta and the other movies, like on Arrow. I think Arrow put out a really cool edition of it, and some other stuff on Blu-ray. So, but this will do. So if you can find that, grab it. The other one, also Lee Van Cleef, highly recommend this one. Death Rides a Horse. This is a killer Blu-ray. Looks great. Kino's been putting out some great Blu-rays. I mean, I'm always curious to find out what they're putting out each month, because they got such a large catalog right now of putting out classic movies. But Death Rides a Horse and Sabreta, get those. Highly recommend those, guys. Now, there's a lot of spaghetti westerns. There's really, truly the good, the bad, and the ugly. There's really bad ones. There's good ones, and there's excellent ones. And I'll have a video coming out soon where I did some more spaghetti westerns, which saluted Sergio Corbucci on that one. So watch for that soon. And also, you know, if you're just getting into spaghetti westerns, there's a lot of books out there. You can also do a lot of research online, of course, and just dig in there. But I think everybody begins with seeing the good, the bad, and the ugly for a few dollars more and a fistful of dollars. Now that's known as the Dollars Trilogy with Clint Eastwood and, you know, directed by Sergio Leone, which are just iconic. And I think everyone, you know, a lot of people have seen those, you know, and that's their first, you know, introduction to a spaghetti western. So if you like those movies, you will surely find some other ones that you like, because there's some great ones out there. So I just wanted to put that out there, guys, and love these movies. Don't get me wrong. The other ones I just need to watch a little bit more, because I came across them and they were interesting. So I got them and stuff. So especially the Eli Wallach Ace High movie. I mean, it's super cool. I mean, Eli Wallach is kind of doing a play on his Tuco character. You know, he was in The Good and the Bad and the Ugly, doing that character of Tuco. So he's kind of doing that in that movie. So there you go. So guys, until next time, I'm Mike. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe. Check out all the other episodes I have. Give this episode a like if you liked it, and comment with some of your comments. Well, anything, what's some spaghetti westerns that you've discovered lately, or some of your favorites? Let me know. I would love to hear about it. Until next time, guys, be safe out there and watch you a good movie tonight. And I will see you again soon.